A delayed flight, a few drinks, and one emotional moment. That's all it takes for things to spiral. But the real question is, at what point does frustration turn into a legal problem?
Hot. Yeah. So she was denied boarding?
Yes. She's trying to force her way into the plane. So
I'm a psych nurse practitioner, so don't do any of this walk, because this is on the video. I literally gonna sue all of you. My seat is 35B. I've been recorded. This is on the video. Don't touch me.
Put down the phone, please.
Can I take this backpack off, please?
No.
Just real quick. Let me talk to you, all right? Come on. We're gonna
You
talk.
are hurting me.
I'm not hurting
trying
you.
to.
No.
We're not trying to. Just let's walk this way.
You are hurting me.
We're not trying to. Trust me.
What do you mean you're not trying
Just
to?
detaining you right now
Like,
for your
it hurt.
behavior. Don't resist. Don't resist.
Ma'am,
I
do that.
will resist.
Don't resist.
Don't touch me.
Just put your hands behind your back. Alright?
Just relax.
I haven't done
Okay,
anything
relax.
wrong.
I'm gonna go talk to you.
Figure it out.
I'm
We're
a
gonna-
nurse practitioner and I'm going
What's wrong?
to work.
What
Hands
happened?
behind your
I
back.
had a few
Put your
cocktails.
hands behind
Well,
your
that's all
back.
right. We'll
He's
work it
hurting
out.
me.
No, it's not hurting you. Just relax. Relax.
Alright, let's have a seat.
Where you from?
Figure out what we got going on.
You know, it hurts.
Where are you
Get a
from?
little emotional.
Where are you from?
Here you go.
I'm Ukraine
Sit
and
down.
I'm
Okay, have a seat.
What are you
There you
doing?
Just put your legs out here.
There you
What are you doing?
go. Relax. Now talk to us.
I'm
Okay?
relaxed.
Did you? How much?
My
Can't
Did,
force
dad
yourself
died.
down.
I'm
Shh,
trying
shh.
to
How much-
Relax.
how-
Relax.
I'm a trouble
Stop
nurse.
crying. Tell us what's going on.
how much did you have to drink? Just talk to me with
I
this.
had 3 cocktails.
How many?
That's
3
good.
cocktails?
That's good. So we have to detain you.
I swear to Jesus.
Okay, let's start with this. What's your name?
You
What's your
can
name?
have my breast.
What's your?
Hello. You can't force yourself down the jet bridge. You understand? What's your name? Calm down, relax.
Uniform 10013.
Do we have a boarding pass for her or no?
Yes.
Where was it? She put it in her bag.
Okay, so relax. Okay? The cuffs are just for your safety. Here we go. Over here.
Uniform 10013 buyer.
Yeah, 35.
How do you say your first name? Bola?
It's Olya.
What is it?
Olya.
Olya? Okay. Do you take medicine? Do you take medicine?
So I have a few cocktails and I just become chit-chatty.
Okay, so you had a couple of cocktails, you became chit-chatty. Did you take any medicine with that
I don't
stuff?
take medicine.
You don't take any medicine? Okay. Do you have an issue
I'm
with
healthy.
do you have an issue with alcohol?
No.
No? Okay,
I just,
you understand that you cannot force your way down this way.
I haven't been forcing it. I just was trying to board and sit comfortably, but it's been a few hours delay. And I have another flight to catch. This is the connector for me to go to New Hampshire. I work in a psych facility with kids.
Okay, obviously she's not flying, correct?
I'm flying. I'm flying. I'm flying. I'm flying. I cannot be flying. I'm flying. I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm just gonna have water and sleep for the whole.
This is the turning point. Once staff suspect intoxication and she refuses to fully comply, it's no longer about boarding a flight. It becomes a public disturbance issue. In situations like this, behavior matters more than what she claims.
whole flight.
If you're intoxicated, we can remove
I'm not intoxicated. I'm fine. That's my baseline of being fine.
What
I
is that?
The
promise.
issue here is that she's scared to fly in because she tried to force her way onto the plane. We have to close the door and stop the boarding process.
So she
Yeah, that's
bypassed you
not-
down that way?
That's absolutely not. And that's what he was telling me when I was in the line. He said, come outside.
I told you.
And I'm a female. And this intimidates me. And when a male comes up to me and says, let's go outside talk, it makes me want to ninja.
There you go.
Yeah, here we go. But I am
He's the
gonna.
manager.
So what? He's not a pilot. He's not the plane. He's the manager
Okay. So this
who comes up to me in the line and says, let's go outside and talk. No, sir. I would like to board my plane and go to work.
All right, well, the plane's gone, okay?
And it sucks. And
Yeah,
it's not
so
fair.
do me a favor, keep it down, all right? The
How
plane's
do
already
I
gone.
keep it down? I'm in
By keeping
fucking
your mouth shut.
handcuffs.
I know that, but keep it quiet, okay? That's all you need to do right
Female
now.
to search.
Okay, like completely sick.
I get it. But what you need to do is be
It's
quiet.
1 year anniversary since we did that.
Calm down.
Is that
and
her
I've
stuff?
been going through fucking a lot. And I'm Eastern European. And I've
listen to
been
what I'm telling you.
fucking objectified and
Listen
all
to what
that
I'm
shit.
telling you, okay?
And it's not fair because I'm a good fucking person.
We're not
and I'm
saying
a
you're
good
not.
fucking woman.
We're not saying you're not, but you have to act like a lady. Okay, watch your
I'm
leg.
not a lady.
Watch your leg.
I'm not a lady. I don't know how to act as a lady. I'm a medical professional. I'm in scrubs.
Listen.
I'm not a lady.
Okay, then listen to me now.
I don't know. It depends what you be saying.
Okay, I'm treating you with respect, all right?
Can you take it off of me?
Not right now.
Take it off.
That hurts.
I understand it, but what you need to do is relax. Okay? Calm down. Okay? Because what you don't want is to be taken out of here crying and everything else, right?
Oh, I was supposed to be on the plane. And he was playing me.
So the plane is gone. So there's nothing you can do about that now.
I'm from the family of all women. I have a sister, 3 sisters. And I don't understand how that would be the case. I'm staring with that. And I'm fine. I had a few cocktails, but I'm not trying to, I'm responsible. I'm just trying to
Alright, don't worry about it then.
Okay.
So I thought she was on the phone with a headset, but she was talking to me, and then she started talking to passengers randomly, and people were some of the passengers were caught by surprise. They didn't know what to say, so I turned around and I asked her if is everything all right. So she says she's none of your business, you know, get out of here. And I can smell alcohol, so I tell her, do you mind? Let's go outside and let's talk about this.
So
Initially,
you tried to bring her back.
yeah,
She
I
was
never
already
put my hands on her.
down.
I just say, could you please go outside and I'm going to put you on the next flight. I'm going to give you time to sober up. But she kept walking to the point that I have to go down. I talked to the flight attendants, I explained the situation, and then she became loud. She said, you know, let me go in. So we have to close the door. And at that point, then I called the county. So that's just what
So
happened.
you tried to bring her back?
Yes, to have a conversation to
And she-
rebook her on the next flight.
And she
But
said,
she didn't want to go. She didn't want to get rebooked.
Then she
kept
started
walking
cursing F this, you F
all
this,
this was
you peon.
inside the jet bridge.
We
then
asked
she
her to
tried
come
to get
off,
onto the,
and even customer says, hey, there's kids here. And you mother. Just, she don't know.
Gotcha.
I know I'm a nurse practitioner, you're a peon.
So did she ever make entry onto the plane, or no? They kind of stopped.
No, we have to close the door.
We have to close
Oh,
the
so
door.
you closed the door.
Yeah.
So she never did
No,
actually.
she never did.
Okay, so basically it was her disturbance in the
Correct.
jet bridge.
Correct.
Authority of Hollywood at 1530 North
What's
Federal
your,
Highway
let me see
at
your
the auto
information.
zone, reference
Yes.
41.
So you're denying the boarding, or what are you? So she never did make entry onto the plane. It's more or less y'all got into
Correct.
a verbal dispute right
Yes.
here on the plane.
We were trying to prevent her from
I
coming
got
into
you. Okay, so she didn't like breach the plane or anything. That was my main concern. Stop the plane from normal operations.
Right.
Okay,
No,
so
that's
that-
what I said when I called.
Okay. All right,
She's
so
trying to
basically-
force her way in.
Okay, cool. So you engaged her inside of the jet bridge, asked her to turn around, and became a verbal disturbance, basically.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. So that's a different ball of wax than actually breaching the plane, and you know, that's why I wanted that clarification.
She tried.
Gotcha.
Good job, you shut that door quick.
I'm gonna sleep for 8 hours in a high train.
Can I ask you a question, Senora? Can I ask you a question?
I don't know.
Listen,
Yes.
when you were drinking today, did you take any
Here.
medication? Any medication at all?
I don't take drugs. I don't
Okay, but I'm
take
saying you
drugs.
don't take any prescription drugs that might have counter-affected you with the alcohol?
No,
Okay.
I have literally
That's not you to stand by the copy of Molo.
I give you 3 hours.
Respect to all units. It's going to be Authority of Hollywood at 1530 North Federal Highway at the AutoZone, reference 41, armed robbery.
If you keep it down, I can take you a little bit closer up. It's
Advising
cooler.
the subject
You want that?
pointed the gun
Well, you got to keep
and
it down
told
there,
him
okay?
by subject is the last.
Yeah.
Wearing a white shirt with black.
Put your feet up here. We're gonna help you out.
No, I just cannot. I'm gonna take Lyft or Uber.
You want to go back to the checkpoint? Yeah.
What you just watched is a perfect example of how quickly a stressful situation can cross into legal territory, especially in a controlled environment like an airport. From a legal standpoint, this case is relatively straightforward, but the layers behind it are what make it important to understand. She was ultimately charged with disorderly conduct and disorderly intoxication. These charges don't require someone to be falling over or completely out of control. Legally, it's enough that a person's behavior, combined with alcohol, creates a disruption or concern for public safety. And in an airport, that threshold is even lower because of the security-sensitive nature of the environment. Now, one critical detail worked in her favor. She never actually made it onto the plane. If she had forced her way on board or refused to exit an aircraft, this could have escalated into federal violations, which carry much heavier consequences. Instead, this remained a localized incident, which is why the outcome was limited to a fine rather than arrest escalation or jail time. Let's talk about the officer's actions. Throughout the interaction, they maintain a controlled and measured approach. They give clear instructions, attempt to calm her down, and even ask questions about her condition, like whether she mixed alcohol with medication. That's not random. They are building a situational assessment while also giving her multiple chances to cooperate. In legal terms, this strengthens their position because it shows they attempted de-escalation before taking firmer action. But the key issue here is compliance. The moment she resists, even verbally by saying, "I will resist," the situation changes. At that point, officers are no longer just managing a passenger. They are handling someone actively opposing lawful instructions. That alone can justify detention, regardless of the original issue. There's also the airline's responsibility. Airline staff are legally obligated to prevent any potential safety risk. If a passenger appears intoxicated, disruptive, or unstable, they are well within their rights to deny boarding. And importantly, they don't need to prove intoxication scientifically. Their professional judgment is enough, especially when supported by witness accounts and officer observations. Now, emotionally, this situation is more complex. She mentions personal stress, grief, and frustration. Those factors are real, and they likely influenced her behavior. But here's the legal reality. Emotional distress does not excuse public disruption. The law separates intent from impact. Even if she didn't intend to cause a problem, the effect of her actions, delaying boarding, causing a scene, requiring police involvement, is what matters. The final outcome, a $294 fine, might seem minor, but it represents more than just money. There's the missed flight, the public nature of the incident, and the potential impact on her professional life, especially since she stated she works in a medical field. Incidents like this can follow someone far beyond the moment they happen. The biggest takeaway here is simple. In high-security environments like airports, there is almost zero tolerance for disruption. Once authority steps in, whether it's airline staff or law enforcement, the smartest move is always compliance. Arguing, resisting, or pushing back rarely improves the situation. It almost always escalates it. So now it comes down to perspective. Do you think this situation was handled fairly, or do you believe it escalated more than it should have? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.